Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boredom House. Today we're in the film room to discuss my first reactions to Marvel's Thunderbolts with an asterisk. Now, before we hop in, I'd kindly ask that you like, comment, and subscribe as we continue to grow here on the channel. I appreciate and love all y'all. Thanks for the support and being bored with me. Now that that's out of the way, let's dive into it. And don't worry, before I dive into any spoilers, I'll give you all a warning so I don't ruin your Thunderbolts experience. Listen, this movie is going to be one you leave the theater feeling impressed about. It's a breath of fresh air from the multiverse saga movies and allows itself to be its own movie first. It's definitely carried by its actors who do a superb job making you believe them in their roles. This holds especially true for Yelena, Bob, and the comedic relief Red Guardian provides you. Listen, they doing their job excellently. Anyway, now I've never been a huge fan of John Walker, but his character works really well within the team. And Ghost and Taskmaster, they don't have that big of roles. Sorry to disappoint you guys. I hope that's not a spoiler for you, but they still do a fine job of moving the narrative and the team forward. Before I move on, I have to double back and give another shout out to Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova. She is brilliant in this role. Now let's move on to the writing, because I know that's what y'all here for. You hear all the critique about Marvel movies and their writing. But you know, as I sat back and thought about it, I really let the movie settle in. It's a very relatable message embedded in it about mental illnesses embedded in an action-filled movie that feels like it could be its own entity if it wanted to be. You feel me? But all the good things I'm talking, I don't want you to let the Marvel hype train make you believe that this movie is perfect, because it is most certainly not. As I break down the flaws of this, the biggest drawback of this movie has got to be the plot. God almighty. Unseasoned chicken. Just bland. I feel like I was one of those people on a kiddie roller coaster. You feel me? No, you don't feel me? Like the drop of the climax, you know, when you get up there, it was just short-lived. And it didn't feel like there was any suspense outside of just that moment right there. You know? Next is they definitely, and I mean criminally, underutilized one of their oldest and best character in Bucky Barnes. But I'll leave it there. I'm sorry, I'm getting, you feel me? I'm getting hyped. But lastly, sorry, I've got to get my composure. The movie suffers from the Marvel comedic conundrum, where some of the jokes stick and it just feels like some of the jokes just won't end fast enough. Like they try to make comedy fit where comedy doesn't belong. But hey, if that's your cup of tea, have at it, drink up. And now, outside of the actors absolutely bodying their roles, the beautiful action scenes, and the themes of mental illness, this movie is a 5 out of 10. It's a mid at best. But thankfully, we have those things. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. After my first watch. Now, I do plan on seeing it again, so that could change. But on first watch, with all those things going for it, even what it's against, 7.5 out of 10. All right, y'all. Let's talk about those spoilers. So if you don't want your experience ruined, I kindly invite you to leave the video and leave a like on the way out. All right, we're going to give it a minute. Let the people go ahead and exit out. Y'all not about to say I ruined it for you. The Boredom House did not ruin your Thunderbolts experience. Everybody gone? All right, so we're diving into spoiler territory here. Y'all, the Void comes in absolutely menacing. It first starts when Sentry fully understands his power thanks to Val and wipes the floor with the Thunderbolts. Y'all were going to be so impressed with that fight scene. Back on track. After that fight scene, he starts to get a god complex, which leads to Val trying to kill him, inadvertently unleashing the Void. Bro, I sat up every time I saw him on the screen. But in that last sentence, there's a whole nother problem that I have with this movie. I only sat up twice. They barely had the man on the screen. I got more of Bob than the Void and got more of the Void than the Sentry. I don't understand. Nevertheless, Lewis Pullman pulled off a convincing performance. Mwah, chef's kiss. He was given a chance to shine, and I like that. Unlike Taskmaster, I got to get the name right because you need some kind of recognition. Boy, they said one in the head and you know she dead. I've never been more shocked, non-shocked in my life. If I'm not mistaken, she got 5 words in this film. 5. I'm pretty sure it was 5. Someone go back and count. I'm pretty sure that was it. Whew. All right. Sorry about that. I think I just blew directly on the mic. Now, I was going to do a separate video on the post-credit scene, but screw it. You've made it this far, right? So let's just get into it. So to describe what happened, the Thunderbolts became the new Avengers, and the scene shows us 14 months ahead of when the film took place. Bucky is conflicting with Sam Wilson over the use of the Avengers name, trying to get a trademark, while Sam gets his own team together. Now, as they're talking amongst themselves, they say a spacecraft enters orbit, and they all look, and then as you see the spacecraft, it turns on the side, and you see the Fantastic Four logo. Now, right off the bat, you could tell they filmed this late to try and connect Captain America, Brave New World with Fantastic Four together to give it more cohesion, but it felt more like they were trying to throw some random notes on music, hoping you make a masterpiece of a symphony. But that's just my opinion. It definitely does still, even after I just said that all excitingly, like Stephen A. Smith, it definitely still gets me excited to see how it all blends together leading into Avengers Doomsday. The only reason I seem like I was spending more time on the bad on this movie is because everybody's going to tell you the good, so I just had to tell you the real. But I love this movie. I really, really, really do. I'm going to go see it again. I might even see it one more time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's all I have for you today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Come back and let me know what you thought of the movie. Thank you all so much for watching. Till next time.